Welcome back. It's been a minute. Do you want to say hi? This is Beanie. Hello. Okay, I'll put you down. So, some of you have probably been wondering what's happened to me. Am I still in flight training? Where am I at if I am still in flight training? Quick recap in case this is the first time you are watching any of these videos, even though I only have like 2 or 3 of them. Last year, which would be 2025, January, I got my private pilot's license. I then applied to the American Airlines Cadet Academy and the United Aviate Academy. Got accepted into both of them. I have some videos on what that process looks like on some of my other videos. Looping back to today, as some of you have been wondering what has happened, because I made 1 or 2 videos and then radio silence. So the honest answer to that is I've just been really busy in flight school. So yes, I am still in flight school, in the academy. I'm almost done. So looping back to August I started. We had 8 days of in-dock training, which is basically just kind of giving you an introduction to the SOPs of the flight school. Now, as I mentioned in some of my other videos, I am based in Vero Beach, but the flight school is in Fort Pierce. If you know the area, it's like 15-20 minutes away from each other. The flight school is Infinity Flight Group, which they are great. I highly recommend them if you do get accepted into the academy and you are unsure, because when I first heard of them, I had no idea they even existed. I had never heard the name before, but my experience has been really great, so I can highly recommend them, even if you aren't willing to move to Florida and you are maybe in the Northeast, because they have the location in the Northeast, as well as a new one that's coming, I think in June, in, where is it, Vermont, Burlington, Vermont, I believe. So if you like the cold weather, there's that option. If you like to sweat every day, Florida is pretty great for that. Then basically the first week of September is when I actually started flight training. Got assigned my instructor. We started working on my instrument rating. By the time I finished my instrument rating, it was around, I think, the 1st or 2nd week of November. Now, Infinity uses, we have in-house check ride authorization. So basically what that means is we can do check rides without DPEs. The school has been certified by the FAA to do that. The only thing that's kind of strange with that is you don't get your temporary cert right away. So if you've done a check ride before, or you know how the check ride thing works, usually when you use a DPE, if you pass, you get issued a little paper certificate. That's your temporary certificate on the day, and you can use that like you would your actual certificate until you get your card in the mail. What's different here is even if you pass your check ride on the day, you have to wait until you get assigned a date with the FAA person that we use, and you have kind of like a little Teams meeting to process your paperwork, and then you get your temporary cert. So you might pass your check ride today, but you might only get your appointment a week or 2 from now, and then your certificate gets issued. So the 2 dates might be different. Sometimes you wait a week, sometimes you wait 3 weeks. That's kind of, it's not up to the school. That's just on the FAA and when they have available slots and configured out in their timeline. So have patience with that, because like anything government related, speed is not the word of the day. Yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. I kind of prefer that, because I'd rather get my check ride done and then wait for the paperwork, as opposed to waiting for a DPE, doing all your training, then you schedule a check ride, and then it might be a week or 2 with you not even flying, and then you have to go do a check ride. So it's kind of, at the end of the day, it evens out. After my instrument rating started on my commercial license, did my commercial license, finished that up in, I think it was January or February. I have to go look at the dates, even though I have the dates on a little sticky note right here on my screen. Those are the official dates, so the dates I actually got my temporary cert. So they might be a little bit different from the day that I actually passed, but that was around February. Then January I started with CFI Academy, the ground school portion. So we do I believe it's a 22 or 21 day program of ground school CFI Academy. Now you can't do that and still fly like I did. So I started in January with the classes. Basically you have a daily schedule from, for example, let's say 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. We usually had afternoon classes, 2 p.m. to, I think it was 6 maybe, a couple of hours every day. And then you kind of schedule your flights in the morning, or if your academy hours are in the morning, then you do your flying in the afternoon. So you can still fly while you're in the academy. But if you finished up your commercial already and then start your CFI, then you're going to just be sitting in the CFI class, because you need to complete, I think it's at least 10 or 12 days of the academy before you can actually go do CFI flights. So another thing to keep in mind, if you want to plan your schedule where you still fly most days and then do your CFI academy on the side or whatever. For some people it works, other people, usually I prefer to just do one thing at a time. In this case, I just felt it made more sense to start with the CFI academy. Anyway, so after commercial, did my CFI training. And I got that done. That was, I actually don't have that date on there because I'm still waiting for my CFI cert from the FAA, like I just explained. I got that in, I believe it was the first week of April. That's when I did my check ride. But I'm currently still waiting, I'm currently still waiting for my certificate. So it's been about 3 weeks, getting into week 4 now, experiencing a bit of a delay with that. And that's just kind of how it goes. It's on the one hand, it's a little frustrating, but that's just that's just timing. Because some people get lucky, they get their timing, they pass their check ride and might get the date the next day. Other people wait a little while. That's just kind of a reminder of the aviation industry in general, kind of in the sense that it always kind of ebbs and flows and it's all about timing. But I'm not too worried, because in the bigger scheme of the whole process, I'm still ahead of schedule. So even though I've been waiting 3 or 4 weeks for the certificate, I'm technically still ahead of schedule. So it's really not that bad of a situation. So right now I'm working on my CFII and my multi-engine training. Right now it looks like I should be done. I was hoping to be done by the end of May. I'm not sure if that's possible right now, but I will keep you guys updated on how that goes. But that's about what's been happening lately. I apologize for not being so active, but I quickly realized that, one, I am by no means a YouTuber or video editor. So even though these videos are 5 to 10 minutes long, I record them and it takes me 5 to 10 hours to get a video to post on YouTube. So not a great use of my time currently. Maybe once I get better at it, I can do them quicker. But that's kind of what the situation has been like. And I realized, well, I can't spend five hours making a YouTube video. I should be studying instead, because that's really why I'm here. It's also, it's a big opportunity. It's also expensive. So I don't want to mess around and get distracted by things that are not as important as the things that I need to be focusing on. So now that things have kind of calmed down, maybe now I'll start making more videos. So let's see what happens. I'm not promising anything, but obviously if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. I have been answering questions kind of on and off over the last few months, even though I haven't made any videos. So I'll continue to do that. Some of you have reached out to me on Instagram and LinkedIn. Like I said, I will still be communicating on those, even if I'm not making videos. I'll try to make some more in the future. I'm trying to kind of get figured out of what kind of videos to make. Because I kind of started this thinking I would document the whole process and then didn't really do that. So we'll see what happens. Man, my neck kind of hurts from sitting like that. I don't know why I decided that was a good camera angle. Anyway, if you like this video and you would like to see more of them, let me know. If you have questions or topics that you want me to cover in future videos, comment them below, and do the YouTube thing, like, subscribe, click a bell, or whatever, or don't, doesn't matter. Yeah, and hopefully I can make some more videos and see you guys around. Say bye, Beanie. Bye, Beanie.